Warning, this video contains strong language and offensive content. If you like those things, cool. But if you're a bitch ass nigga and you don't like those things, you might not like this video. But for the ones that do, enjoy this video.
This is Perp back with another video, and I just got done watching episode 15 of Vinland Saga, and man, this anime, this series just keeps getting better with each episode. I like how they're slowly progressing the story. They're not rushing anything, any plot points, or they're just taking their time telling this cohesive story. But before I get into this review, hit that like button, hit that sub button if you're new and this is your first time finding me, because I drop a lot of content. And also follow me at perpminded420 on Twitter. So let's get right into this review, shall we? It starts off pretty much we're figuring out where everybody's at. I like that they're keeping this religious overtone within the show, with Christianity and the way how the North pretty much treat religion and just how they look at the world. It even has the priest at one time kind of doubt his religion, and the prince had to kind of check him on that, be like, don't give up on your Lord and Savior, yada yada yada. I like that. I like that the prince is kind of coming out of his shell more. We're getting more backstory on him and just how he was growing up. He enjoyed cooking, but his father, the king, he didn't really like that. And I think it has something to do with him looking somewhat feminine or something like that. He's not like his brother Harold, as he mentions in the beginning, so you have Floki talking to the king in the beginning of this episode, just explaining the situation with the prince, and the king is thinking that the prince is dead. But I'll get back to that shortly, because Askeladd and his people have taken over this village. If you saw that in the previous episode, he killed everybody in that village so they could take over. They've been there for about 10 days, give or take. Meanwhile, Thorfinn and his people are close by, not too far. They're far away, not too far away, I would say. And Thorfinn is just becoming bored. One of the English factions, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, they surrendered. So Thorfinn is just pretty much pissed about that and wants to get into some action. He mentions he doesn't like losing, and I really like what drives Thorfinn. Thorfinn is a dope character. I cannot wait to see the rematch between him and Thorfinn. I think that's going to be a dope rematch. Maybe Thorfinn will get the best of him this time. But the biggest reveal out of this whole entire episode is what Ragnar told Askeladd. And before we get to that, they're about to be on the move, because word is that Thorfinn and his people found out where Askeladd and his people are staying. So they're on the move to them, because they're on the way to Gainsburg, something like that. And they're that's their destination. Meanwhile, they have Thorfinn and his people, pretty much on their tail. So somebody tipped them off saying, oh, they're at this village or whatnot. And so Askeladd has to scramble real quick and dip. But before he dips, they set up Ragnar, and they think he's kind of just pretty much expandable at this point and just in the way. But Ragnar pretty much explains to Askeladd what's really going on, that the kingdom of Denmark is pretty much at a civil war between, it's split in half. There's the people that like the prince and the other prince, Harold, and everything's in Prince Harold's in his favor. So the king pretty much set his other son, the other king, I forget his name, how to pronounce his name, the one that's with, Askeladd and his people, to set him up to get killed. Man, what a scumbag. What a scumbag that, and this even catches Askeladd off guard. He was like, you should have told me that earlier, and he would have probably survived. So this was kind of an emotional episode for Ragnar. I know a lot of people don't like his character, but I feel kind of bad that he's been protecting the prince this whole time, and this is what's been going on, and it's all pretty much been a setup to get this prince killed so the other one could take over. Really interesting stuff. I cannot wait till next week to see how this all plays out. Will Thorfinn catch up with everybody? Will we see a Askeladd versus Prince Harold fight? Who knows? Will we see Thorfinn versus Thorkel very soon? I hope so. But until next episode review, I will check y'all out next week. Peace.